Cuz? How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, man. How your year been going?
Good, man. Just moved back in on campus and everything.
That's what's up. That's dope. That's dope. So,
Yes, sir.
I want you to introduce yourself first. This is the first
All right.
podcast. So yeah, give it a little short introduction.
All right. What's up, y'all? My name's Jordan. Let's see. Name's Jordan. I'm a student at Norfolk State University. I'm march for the Spartan Legion. You know what I'm saying? A Dizziac, play trumpet. Um, yeah, and I'm a freshman. So, yes, sir.
Dope. That's dope. So before we get into these questions, I do want to watch one of your videos and let's do a reflection on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the executive leadership of Dr. Javon Adams-Gaston, the directive leadership of Will Mates-Bethea and Stephanie K. Sanders, we bring you greetings from Norfolk State University, celebrating 87 years of service to the nation. Tennessee State, we heard your rendition of Behold, and we'd like to say good luck with that. And now, Spartan Legion, let the heavens resound to the thunder of your magnificent sound, and let every musical measure be the source of auditory pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the green and gold. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now under our power. It is not by chance. It's a good of the Marine. It must be that. worth fighting for. Be like Tamar Braxton and endure the battle for love and war.
My first question is, I want to ask you, what was like going through your mind? Like, what was going through your mind? Was that your first performance?
No. So the significance of that performance specifically, so I graduated from the great Cass Technical High School in Detroit, Michigan. Right. So, and a lot of my band friends, they went to TSU, or they're currently at TSU. So this was kind of like a little rivalry, well, at least to me, because I'm like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? These are the homies. So it's like, it's kind of like like that. Definitely that week in practice, I put in a little extra effort because I'm like, because especially at CAS, it's very encouraged to go to TSU. So when someone kind of goes,
Right.
A different direction, then some people are like, "Huh, wonder why they did that." So I just really want them to be like, I just want them to see, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like,
That was dope.
I made the right decision. Yeah.
For sure. That was for sure the right decision. That was a dope performance for sure.
Thank you.
My next question. So how was your crab year been at Norfolk? Like, how would you explain it?
Amazing experience, man. It's been the time of my life. Honestly. I would do it all over again if I could.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. How different would you say is it from your high school coming on to Norfolk? Like, how would you say coming from that marching band to this marching band? Like, what would you say the transition was like?
Honestly, with the program that's at CAS, I feel like I was well prepared. I knew what to expect, so nothing really caught me off guard. But I will say, yeah, but I will say that the hours are definitely more demanding because we're practicing like pretty much half the day. So yeah.
What was your crab name?
So I actually had two. Well, I'm Pastor Scrib. So Scrib is my artist / producer name. So
right.
That's my line name. My line name is Pastor Scrib, aka Winter Soldier.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good name. I ain't gonna lie. That's a hard right there. I mess with that one.
Yeah.
What are some challenges you face like during your crab year? Like, what are like some of the things that you say like, oh, this is kind of hard, but I overcame
it? I'll definitely say balancing band and school. On top of that, like there's at the end of the day, there's no excuse, but especially transitioning from high school to college is still still some challenges and difficulties in doing that. So,
right.
That's one of the things. And I guess another thing is, let me see, challenges. I think sometimes I found myself questioning myself a lot. Like, let's say there's like a part of a song that I couldn't, quite get down or whatever, or I'm having like a bad chop day, because, everyone has those. Like sometimes you kind of question your own like capability on the horn or whatever. So it's really just finding a way to keep my head up, keep pushing.
Especially at an HBCU, that's probably one of the best advice you can give somebody is keep pushing. Especially marching in the marching band. That's dope for sure.
Definitely.
If you can't share this, it's another crazy question. What is the worst punishment you said you think you probably received?
I can't speak on that one.
You can't speak on that one?
I'll plead the fifth.
For sure. Okay, we're gonna go to the next one. My next one is did you get along with your CBs or your CSs and your LBs or your LSs? Did you get along with them?
Definitely. It's a big family aspect. Like, like family, we don't always agree.
Right.
It might be a little scuffle every now and then or whatever, but we family. So, I got they back and I hope they got mine. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yes, sir.
That's amazing. Let me go to this next one. You hitting me with these so fast, man. It's like you prepared for this. What is the craziest story you have from your crab year? Like, what was something like you would say one of the craziest stories? If you can't share, that's if you can't share.
Honestly, I'll say just going to Houston, being able to experience that Battle of the Bands, because that was that was my first time ever going to Texas and all that. So that experience as a whole, it was just like, and for that to be like fresh out of band camp too, like first performance, we going to Houston. So it's like, wow. Yeah, so this is like, so in my mind, I'm like, dang, this is what HBCU band is like. Because you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's a lot. So just being able to go out of state for a big time performance like that, being able to, you know, sightsee Houston just a little bit. And then on top of that, being able to see other HBCU bands that I like watched like over years and stuff, and being able to finally see them like in person. Like it was surreal for me. Like we literally sat in between Tennessee State on one side and then Southern on the other side.
Wow, man. That's my next question too. My next question was going to ask you how, like, what was going through your mind and how did you feel sitting next to these, you know, larger bands, you know, as growing up, like you said, watching them? Like, how did you feel sitting next to them? Like, what was like going through your mind, your emotions?
Honestly, well, being in between them, I was a little intimidated because it's like I was confident, but I was still intimidated because these are like two powerhouses. But at the same time, I know the work that we put in, you know, during band camp.
Right.
I know that we sound great. So it's like I was still confident and I still had faith in myself. So it wasn't like I was gonna back down, but I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be good. So if anything, I say
this is it.
So I was intimidated, but I say there was more excitement following that intimidation. So yeah,
that's dope. Man, that's dope, man. That's dope. All I can say really is that's dope. The next question would be, what is the most difficult piece of music you would say like that was put in front of you? Like you said, like you had to really look at it and be like, oh, okay, I gotta really settle down on it.
Honestly, probably the Houston drill.
Houston drill? Oh man.
The Houston drill. I've Had Enough by Earth, Wind and Fire. And on top of that, so that song in itself is an amazing song. Love Earth, Wind and Fire. But you know, with the Legion, the arrangers we have, you know, they add that little Legion flair, that little sauce to it. So we got we got jazz licks in there. We just got hits, man. Like although it was difficult, it just made it even more fun to play because I never found myself bored when it came to like practicing the music and stuff. Because I know there's always something that I could do better or whatever. And I like that we play like songs that challenge us as musicians as a whole. Because honestly, with the music, all the music that we played and all that, I feel like it's made me a better, well-rounded trumpet player in general, not just in band, but like not just a marching band, but like jazz, anything else. So, yeah.
My next question would be, what would you say to the younger audience that, you know, may have in mind going to Norfolk? Because like I said, Norfolk is an amazing school, like no doubt.
Indeed. Honestly, I just like, how do I put this? Obviously, first of all, when I tell you they like bring you in with open arms, like the whole band is a family aspect, bro. Like you hear stories about these other bands and all that, saying like how they like really struggled as far as like when it came to chemistry and all that stuff. Like you would hear things like sections maybe getting along with each other, but as a band in general, you never really, you know what I'm saying? But over here, it's like it just works, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause you're spending a lot of time with each other, especially if y'all, if people in the band have the same major as you. So it's like on top of practice, you have classes with these people, all that. They even have events where like, you know, band people just come together, stuff like schoolwork, like study halls, all that, man. So it's like if you want to come here, best believe you gonna have a good time, but also you gonna like if you stay, you know what I'm saying, keep your feet on the ground, you know what I'm saying, you gonna be good. So Norfolk State definitely does a lot to make sure, you know, you well taken care of, for sure.
Yeah, and then that's another thing, that a lot of us young audience, you know, that's in high school, you know, looking to go to these colleges, we got to look into more like, you know, what we getting into and stuff like that. And it's always good to know like what we are getting into. It's always good to get a heads up on, you know, this is where we're going, this is where I want to go, and look into options, because one of the main reasons why I really started this podcast, because it's a lot of stuff that we don't talk about in the band world, you know, like crab years, like, you know, the process through going through marching band, you know, and so forth, you know. And I wanted to come on here and give people, you know, a heads up of what you can expect, you know, going to, I keep saying, you know, a lot, because I'm nervous, but going into HBCU, because when I came here, my first, like I said, like you said, same thing, my experience was like, it was a different setting, you know. I got out of the high school band that I was in, of me being the only UFO player, to having a section and having a section leader where I'm taking commands, and, you know, I have to learn them and get everything down pat really quick, because everything is getting thrown at you. Got performances. So that's my next question. You transitioning out of high school. Was you a section leader in high school?
No, I was not, actually.
Okay, that was my question. So you going into under, because I know it's difficult for me going under a section leader and stuff like that, you know, following, you know, pursuit. I don't know if it was the same, but my question is basically, did you get along with your section leader? Did you have a good chemistry?
Oh, definitely.
Or do you have
actually, I have 3 section leaders, because the Dizzy section this year, we had, I believe, 37 of us. So that's a huge difference, because my senior year in high school, fun fact, my senior year in high school was actually the first year that I marched, which is crazy. So, and my senior year, it was like, actually, like, it was 4 of us. So, you know, it was real tight knit, you know, chemistry was there and all that stuff. And like we had a section leader who was also the drum major. Shout out my boy Ethan. And so like it was cool, like, but you know, everyone, we already knew each other and all that. So but coming here and like having to get used to like 3 new people who are in charge of you and all that stuff, it was at first I was kind of like, I don't know. And then with the section being so big, I'm like, am I even really gonna be able to build a relationship with these people? Because, you know, they got to take account for, like, you know what I'm saying, like 34 other people in the section. But yeah, man, like, and honestly, I say all of the time that I've like really built a relationship with them was actually outside of band. Because it's crazy. I've been saying this whole year. It's like, it's crazy what one conversation can do.
Yes, it is.
Because like,
you know,
people I don't know at all, people I might not be fond of, I have one conversation with them, and it's like, it changed my whole, you know what I'm saying, my whole viewpoint of them as a person. So it's just like, I'm blessed to be able to say I've had like multiple deep conversations with all 3 of my section leaders, like individually. So it's like, I have different, like they're all, you know what I'm saying, I love all of them, but it's like, I'm able to relate to them on different like branches and all that stuff. And I love that even more. So it's like, yeah.
So by you being able to relate to them and, you know, connect with them, would you say like that's a role you might want to play, like, you know, as a section leader, as you get up there and you go through your years? For sure, that's amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah. But we coming to our time in 10 minutes. Man, it's been amazing. But before we go, I do want to ask, like, because like I said, I know you know, you blessed man. So my question would be like, what would you want to say to the younger audience join a marching band, join in, you know, your marching band or any marching band out here? Because, you know, we got to encourage the youth before we get out of here.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is not even just on a band aspect, but just joining stuff and being involved in extracurricular activities. Because for one, it can open doors, man. Like you never know who knows who. So if you have a specific goal for your life, anything, like just meeting people and networking, like whatever it is, because you know I'm a producer and I'm an artist, so and being in band is like you're surrounded by people who are so talented and not just on like their instrument. Like it's people, like it's audio engineers, it's other artists, it's producers, DJs, and you know, like it's people here who just do art, like paint, draw, like a little bit of everything, bro. So it's like no matter, and that's another thing. People might think, oh, I have to major in music to be in the band. No, you do not.
Right.
You do not at all. Like honestly, some of the better musicians in the band aren't music majors. Exactly.
That's another thing. That's across the world. That's across the world too. Like, yeah. I'm glad you touched on that topic. Like, because I have a lot of people that think the same way too. Like, basically they think, you know, oh, because I have to be a music major to be no, you know, if you have the musical talents, you know, and that's not what you want to pursue, you can do this, you know, for a reason, you know. Yeah, man. This interview was dope as the first interview, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man.
Oh, you're no problem, man. Anytime. I appreciate you for coming, bro. I appreciate you for taking the time out today.
Of course.
For sure. So yes, this is where we about to end it at, man. So I wish you luck, man.
Cool. Yes, sir. You too. Appreciate it.